where they came from. Part two. It's only a week ago that I had my talk story with Guy Nuri. It was an amazing story to that both of us told because we've been seeing that there's a story behind a story behind a story in our life events. And Guy was the one who introduced me to the Jakarta Tales before I heard of them, but I really didn't know too much about them. For this past week, you could say whenever I want to learn something, I dive deep into the ocean and explore it. And I'm doing the same thing with the Jakarta Tales. It's kind of amazing that these tales, there's over, I think 557 tales, 547 stories that are told, and that they're the stories of the Buddha in previous incarnations and the lessons that he learned in order to master the tree of life, in order to master himself. And these tales, they took about 7 centuries, so 700 years to be delivered in a form. First, they were written in the language of Pali, and they were written as poems. And since then, they have morphed and changed, where a current day for the English language, we have these incredible folk tales. And for me, the more I take a look at what this is like, this is a video game of life. Buddha, like all of us, we have to learn lessons on how to control our nature. We have to learn how to control jealousy, greed, selfishness, anger, intolerance, so on and so forth. So these stories, capture the various states of Buddha and him going through the process of fine-tuning the guitar of life. And one thing also I saw about the stories is that there were collective unconscious archetype symbols, which Carl Jung talked about that the animal world is just as real than our world. They have this same concerns of peace, compassion, non-violence, getting on with their life, taking care of their families. A lot of times in the West, we are divorced from nature. And the further a society is divorced from nature, the more chaos we shall see. And mind you, right now, I don't have to tell you much about that. Chaos is all around. Yet, at the same time, peace and harmony and tranquility is existing inside of you and existing inside of me. And these tales, bring us, to the recognition that those characteristics are always there. Most of the time, we probably aren't aware of them. We're so busy doing. And a wise man is in a state of being. And from that state of being, one acts upon that awareness. So anyway, I hope you really truly enjoyed these tales. They're just not normal fairy tales or tales, to simply not ponder over. These tales are definitely meant for human consciousness to expand and to grow.